All right, welcome back to the NABF podcast. My name is Eric Wilbenaw, the president of the Baseball Bluebook, and today we are joined special guest Randy Miller, who is the manager of the Portland Rockets baseball team in Portland, Indiana. Randy, how are you today?
Blessed. Glad to be aboard. It's summertime. We have eternal optimism. It's like springtime. I wish I could say we're undefeated, but we're just starting and we're building each day.
That's great. That's great. Hey, before we begin, a little bit of historic information on the NABF. National Amateur Baseball Federation was founded in 1914. It's the oldest national amateur baseball organization in existence and the first amateur baseball group to require membership by league rather than by individual teams. They're a nonprofit organization run by officers and directors from all parts of the United States with over 50 tournaments across the country. And we are excited to have those organizations and teams that are participating with the NABF. And Randy brings a great perspective. He's been with the NABF he's been part of the NABF for a number of years. I think it goes back to the 70s. And so a lot of history. That's one thing I love about these podcast episodes. I get to talk to a lot of guys that bring a whole lot of experience. I like to think of it as experience and wisdom about the game of baseball. So Randy, before we get into anything else, I like a kind of a quick background of you, your history in the game of baseball, and how you got to the Portland Rockets.
It's my honor. My pleasure to speak about the Rockets, but I'm not too much about speaking about me. I am a Portland High School graduate, Portland Panthers class of 72, played all three sports. Went to Wabash College and played 4 years of college baseball as a letterman. Of course, baseball has a grip on me. I always thought I was trying to grip a baseball, but it's the other way around. As we all know, my dad was my own coach back in Little League on through. We took over a Portland Rockets team in 1972 as it was my first year to play. And we have been ongoing and a force in the NABF since. My father, Ray Miller, although he was not the founder of the Rockets, continued the Rockets when they were about to be defunct. And when he passed in 2007, I took over and I've been running. While he and I were co-coaches through the 90s. Quick story on him: he had a poor circulation, had his leg removed, but yet he managed to coach with his peg leg. He wasn't too quick to run out to third base, and he found out he couldn't dodge those foul balls like he used to. I guess that's why I became the stand-in coach, so to speak. But we had a great association. We've continued to flourish, and the connections in baseball are family-like and warm. It's like a unique. My sister and my brother, they've been part of all this too, running the Rocket concession stand called the Rocket Lunching Pad, mind you. And we sell lots of Rocket dogs and a lot of goodies. Nonetheless, my sister said we're like a cult. And I take that as a compliment, as a matter of fact. In fact, some of us even call us tripods, but I won't embellish that story. So enough. I've been inducted into 2 Hall of Fames, as has been my father, and we are grateful for the Semi-Pro Baseball Hall of Fame here in our area in the state of Indiana.
That's fantastic. So, give us a quick rundown of the Portland Rockets. What level is it? What type of players are you getting? Your team, kind of the schedule, and so people understand kind of what we're talking about with the Portland Rockets.
Very good. The Portland Rockets, 65 years of continuing baseball in Portland. Maybe it could be the longest. Maybe this opportunity to find out the true story. Are we the oldest continuing franchise in amateur baseball? I don't know that. My dad always said we were the oldest team west of the Alleghenies. We, for 65 years, have played in Portland. We were at one time in the Eastern Indiana Baseball League with town baseball, But that's kind of all been survival of the fittest. That has kind of dried up. So those teams like the Call It Billy Goats and the Dunkirk Watsons, and we even used to play the Penitentiary at Pendleton. Mind you, they only played home games, being a penitentiary, as you can imagine. But they were in our league. You hit a home run, somebody say, "I'll go get it." And of course, yeah, it was a unique experience. But we then branched out to play in Fort Wayne in the Red Carrington League. Red Carrington being one of the key members of the NABF back in the day. And my dad and Red became good friends, so we became honored to be in the NABF. My dad was a part of the hierarchy of officials in the NABF. And so we started playing in tournaments. We've made the World Series twice in 2012 and in 2017. We went to Buffalo. We went to Battle Creek. This year, we hope to take a stellar club. We have 3 former professionals on our team. We're hoping to go to Chicago for the major event in the Age Unlimited World Series. We are all wood bat. Nobody gets paid, including myself. We are ambassadors of the game. We play for the love of the game. We have no commercial breaks. We don't. We are ambassadors of the true nature of the sport, and we're ambassadors of Portland, Indiana, and we're very proud of that. We've had 2 players get an NABF scholarship, a national award. One of them, who has a son playing on our team, Matt Deckman, is now a coach at Columbia City High School, a Ball State graduate himself. But we play at Runkle Miller Field. Dick Runkle founded the Rockets in 1959. Ray Miller took over and created a baseball venue for young kids to play. It's age unlimited. We got a 16-year-old on our kid right now. After his high school season is over, we got a 40-year-old kid on our team who played some professional ball in Mitch Waters. Like I said, he played in the Frontier League. So we age unlimited, a chance for kids to hone their work on their scholarship. Most of our guys are college age players. As I mentioned, none get paid, but they do have an opportunity to play the game. We don't practice much because we got players from Jay County, we got players from Muncie, Indiana, we got players from Manchester University. They come from all over. And so we don't really practice except on the day of the game. We have our infield, we have our hitting, we have all kinds of ways for these guys to continue to hone their craft. And it offers a kid an opportunity not to live with a host family, but to have a summer. Come home from college, play baseball, work, take care of your girlfriend, and put your feet under mom's table, and get ready to do it again the next day.
I love it. I love it. This is one of the things that when people say baseball's like American as American as apple pie, right? It really speaks to the game, what it does for communities. I love listening to this with the Portland Rockets. I mean, it's in a small rural community of about 8,000 people right there in Indiana. Been going on for a very long time, semi-pro. So you've got a lot of players. I love that you said you got players from 16 to 40, and a lot of them being collegiate players coming from the local communities. And this is just an opportunity for them to, like you said, hone their craft, their skill, and just continue to get better. It sounds certainly it's great for players, but it's also great for the community. Talk a bit about your celebrating your 65th anniversary. You had a big event this last weekend. Just talk about kind of some of the highlights, the game, as far as some highlights with the game, as well as the festivities that were surrounding it.
Wonderful. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to that. We've been building up on our Field of Dreams every year. We take little baby steps to get better. We painted. We've added storage sheds. We got a gator so we could work on the field, and we painted again. We painted the fence. We put new topping down, and we said it's 65 years. We had a beautiful celebration at 60 years. We had a $25,000 mural painted on our movie theater downtown that depicts the history of the Portland Rockets. You drive downtown Portland and you'll see Pamela Bliss. She painted a Reggie Miller mural. It's 96 foot tall in Indianapolis. She painted the Portland Rocket mural. And we did that at 60. So we made all these improvements to our park. We said, we've got 65 banners that represent businesses throughout Portland on our outfield fence. We need to do something to celebrate not just the Portland Rockets, but the community support for 65 years of a small, like you said, 6 to 8,000 person community. So we said, let's have a fireworks show. And I was against it because it's going to cost $5,000, and I would rather put that into improvements in our bathrooms, in our concessions, in our storage. And my good friends and our fundraising gurus, Randy Fisher and Drew Hall. Randy Fisher's on that mural as one of the original Rockets to that 60s team. And he said, we do it now. It's our chance to spotlight, our chance to shine in the spotlight. So we did it, and we did it with great flair. We had the mayor throwing to Hall of Famer Steve Tackett's, one of the guys on that mural. The mayor made a speech. We had Mrs. Jan Rittenhouse, the music teacher at the high school, sing the national anthem, Americana Deluxe. We had the Rotary Club bring out, Post 211, bring out the Civil War cannon, and it blasted and shook the grounds. And it was a fireworks show in itself. And then we had baseball, and it went 11 innings, and the people came. It was like Ray, if you build it, they will come. And the parking lot was full, and the cars were on both sides of Blaine Pike. We call it the corner of Western and Blaine, just like Ernie Harwell used to talk about the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. And it was a buzz of activity. And we sold out of everything. We induced a Portland Rockets booster club. It sold out. It garnered over $1,200 in just that one evening. And the Rockets lose on opening night in 11 innings. It was playoff baseball. It was so exciting. Everybody did their part. We lose 5-4. And then they bring out the cannon with a bigger burst. Now it's dusk. And to see the fireball that came out of the orifice of that cannon, and to feel the thunder that it produced. And then we had our beautiful scoreboard managed by our mission control, Miss PA announcer Samantha Murdoch. She does it all. She orchestrated this event. She's piping out John Philip Sousa music, and I'm hugging my sister and crying, thinking about my dad up in heaven, how proud, and busting buttons. And we did something for Portland that has never been seen, and we're still aglow and getting so many attaboys and thank yous, and Rotary Club. We put on our brand new uniforms that the Rotary Club bought for us, and the sponsorship. And I have not seen the pictures of the drone sky view of all the day's activities yet, but that's the one we had from last year. And we had a congressman come and present our flag, our state flag, and our American flag, and our new flagpole, which is a $2,000 ordeal in itself. We had some great, we have a 35 by 50 flag that a freedom flyer brings us, Mr. Rodney Miles. It's on top of a old fire truck. And to see that drone shot of that big American flag right next to our big scoreboard, next to all the banners and the fence, and it's like you said, baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie. I might even throw a cold beer on that one.
Randy,
we had a blast.
If people are listening to this and they're wondering if there's still old school America right here in the heart of our great country, Portland, Indiana, I would suggest you go and visit and watch these guys play because it's really there. I'm telling you, I'm getting chills listening to you, sir. It's been, talking about, it's what everybody dreams of, right? Playing baseball, early summer, fireworks, the local crowd, the teams, everybody
No, no
participating.
charge for admission, and they bring their own beer. Boy, if we could sell that.
I think
It
we
was a
should.
community picnic. I've never seen the crowd so. It was
I think we should package
unbelievable.
this up, Randy. I think we should franchise this and then get this out to everyone else out there right now.
We're close to the Tin Caps in Fort Wayne, but I think we've got a product. We've tried to schedule them for an exhibition. They won't do it, but we've tried to. Our players are older, obviously. They got 19-year-old phenoms, and we got 41-year-old just can't play softball yet, guys. But
So
may
talk
I
about,
share one more? May I share,
yeah.
Eric? That we have another opportunity to shine in the spotlight. We have our Firecracker Classic, July 5, 6, and 7 in Portland. We're going to be playing an invitational 4th of July tournament. We participated in Midland, Michigan last year, 4.5 hours away. So we're doing it ourselves this year because all those baby steps, the creation of the field, we're ready to host tournament action as we used to back in the day. So now we're going to have the Indy Orioles, the South Bend Royals, the Armadillos out of Spring, Texas are coming to Indiana and renting 21 hotel rooms for a 3-day event, and the Portland Rockets, and we're squared off for a wood bat tournament, 4th of July style. I don't know if we have any money in the kitty for more fireworks or not.
I think that's great. So that's the July 5th, 6th, and 7th, you said, right?
And we have there is no admission charge
That's
for
fantastic.
these games.
So Randy, again, this is what I love talking to guys that have been doing this for a long time. They've really kept the traditions, the legacies of baseball intact, and the ability to do that, especially with what's going on today. There's just so many things that are positive as well as maybe negative in the game of baseball. This is certainly a positive side of what baseball is all about. Expand a bit on what the NABF has meant to the Portland Rockets, as well as yourself. You said that your father was on their board, but again, the end of the season tournaments that they provide. What does the NABF provide for your players?
It's kind of it's the holy grail. It's the World Series. It's the pinnacle of competition. It's playing league play to gain pecking order to who gets to be the host team and who gets to qualify for a tournament. We go back to the days of Red Carrington running our Fort Wayne League, to Dick Crumback. These are some great names in NABF organizational history. To, of course, Charlie Blackburn. And now we have Richard Brown. And Richard, the commissioner of our Fort Wayne League now, was in attendance on Saturday night, brought us our 10 dozen baseballs that we purchased, and also waved to the crowd as we acknowledged his presence on the opening night. And our players know that we're going to see some of these teams, and then we're going to see some of those other teams. Like we played the what was the name of that Long Island team in Long Island Storm?
Yep.
And they were undefeated. We beat them in 2017 and won our pool. It's kind of neat to play. We beat ourselves up in our league, in our Fort Wayne group, in our Heartland League with South Bend and Mishawaka and the other teams that the Grand Lake Mariners. We play all these teams, but when you get to NABF regionals, you're going to see more of the elite, and former pros are still playing. The competition has steeped, and it's what we embodied to do. For the love of the game, we play to win. Of course, my dad would say, win or lose, the beer's still cold, so we keep it in perspective.
Yep.
So, we make a lot of great friends over the years with the umpires. Yeah, that's allowed. And with the coaches, the players know each other. We go to each other's weddings. I tell our players no weddings during the season. You wait till your tan is full, and our season lasts till August, so you can get married when your tan is right in September. And then we cannot miss games. Go to weddings. We go to wedding receptions.
Very
That's
good.
our philosophy on that.
Very good. Randy, I really appreciate you joining the NABF podcast today. We're excited to really promote the Portland Rockets, really bringing back the traditions, what makes it just a lot of fun. It's what really makes summer fun in small communities. And I really appreciate you sharing with us what you guys are doing there. I encourage anyone that's in the area that you need to catch the Portland Rockets, Portland, Indiana, with what they're doing, and excited to see you guys at the NABF tournaments. I actually just interviewed Sam Homstad up there in the Chicago, who's hosting it this year at the World Series, and he's super excited to have the teams there this year. Sir, thank you very much. You have a great day.
It has been my pleasure. Merv Redmond was a Rocket. He was a MLB player, a Rookie of the Year, I believe, in 1970. People always ask who played professional. We've had many signees, but that was the only major leaguer we've had.
That's awesome.
So we're very awesome to represent today. Thank you for sharing with us, and we'll be passing the word about this great opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.